Does overall size, shape, design, groove, not groove, deep hook, shallow hook has an impact on your string twist? Let's find out. So, welcome back everybody. Today is the day where we test the different thumb rings and how do they work with our nicely string twist. And there we need to first see we have different categories. So the most important category is deep hook and shallow hook. So we have here a few shallow hookers, so to say. And then we have the separation in the deep hook, the rings without any groove here for the string, and then rings they have like the closest to the Korean one I have, the classic one from Vjal. Now we get into it, of course. At the end we have the Manchurian, but I consider the Manchurian ring as a shallow hook too. I will always shoot 3 arrows with a 25-pound Turkish bow at 30 inches and with a 40-pound at 32 inches, and then I will simply tell you how I feel about it. I have to admit that I don't practice with all these rings because, as you know me, I'm a bare thumb shooter, so I don't have any ring which I used more or less, so that's why for me it will be the same for every ring. And we start directly with a plastic ring I got with my Turkish bows from Globai store. Remember this one? This is Ottoman design, no groove, deep hook. Let's see how it works with a 25-pound bow. String twist, easy to manage, no problem at all. And a groove. So even whatever you do works, but that was 25. Now we shoot a 40-pound with the same ring. Center shot. Nice. Crisp release. String twist, no problem with this ring. Then let's go for a, I think it's a Turkish one from Vjal. I'm not sure about that anymore, but I think so. But it's a little more beef, as you see, compared to this one. Has a very steep angle, and this one is very bulky here. So we see how this will interact with our shooting. 25 pounds. Yeah, I feel the release not that nice. At least with this 25-pound bow. But string twist, no problem. 40 pounds. I start liking this chew bow. This ring doesn't feel overall that good, but string twist works with it. It's a little, feels a little, so. But it's okay, it's doable. So and now I use the spur ring, which is, I guess, counterproductive, because with the spur ring you're supposed to turn your hand in the other direction to get the arrow off the string. I'm not sure how it works with the string twist then, so let's see. I bring the spur on the arrow, but I did a video about this. Simply check it. To lift the arrow away and then turning it back doesn't make sense. So the spur ring, it's nice to have. When you shoot simply without putting the arrow away first, when you simply keep it as a normal thumb ring, it's fine. But why should you have then a spur ring in the first place? That's a good question. And the string the tip is loose. But on the other side here, I have the benefit I can hold the arrow even if it's not the purpose, because the string is very thin and the Kotch knocks are too wide. I can hold here a little against it and hold the arrow in place, which is nice to have, but as I said, it's not the main feature of the spur ring. Then string twist, it's no problem. There's no problem with this ring. So and then something very beefy. I think it's the Lotus by Vjal, which feels very good. It's like a painless thumb ring. The lid is very long, but it's of course very beefy. Don't know how it will do with the string twist. That's why we do this video, to figure out. Feels smooth. So, yep. It's big, I didn't expect that now. But feels okay, feels nice. And I said it's quite a beefy one, so even the pinch on your thumb is not that much. So this one, oh, there it gets a little tricky when the string is too thin for the arrow. But then, once you get used to it, works like a charm. Only need to make sure it's a little beefy. But string twist works with it. So next is, I think, the Mughal. It's from design wise, I love this ring. It simply has a really beautiful shape. But design is one thing, if it works is the other thing. Fits nicely, it's from Custom Thumb Ring. The Mughal. It's a quite beefy one too, but not as beefy as the classic from Vjal. And feels just nice. So string twist, no problem with this one. No, at least not with 25 pounds. Let's see what it does here when the string is too thin. Oh, it pinches a little now, huh? No, it's fine. Cat, you should go out of the way behind there. Uh-oh, it's pinching a little. Why are you pinching me? So, a matter of practice, then it doesn't pinch you anymore, I guess. Yep. So, this one, string twist. No problem, feels good. So now we shoot the nice horn ring from Ibro. This is Alamgir thumb rings. It's quite small, but it's horn, and with horn they are the most durable. So when the string is there, you don't feel the pressure. With the plastic rings, you sometimes feel it, but it's not why we are here today. We are here today to shoot string twist. So. And this ring feels really, really good, at least now for the 25. String twist goes very easy. So I guess the smaller the ring, the easier it is. This one, let's see what it does with 40 pounds. Nice. So far, grooveless, I think. This one, my favorite. Felt at least the best for me, but it's always subjective and it always depends on yourself and how you shoot and how your fingers are designed. So now we come into the realm of rings with a slight groove on it. This is the Fgura now. It's a little too big for me, but you see you have a small groove where you can place the string. Will it affect the string twist or not? No idea. So the string is in this groove. At least there is no pinching going on. And string twist is working. No problem so far. No problem in the nice group. So 40 pounds. Let's see with the string in the groove. Ooh. Yeah. Yep. Once I focus, I hit the center. So needs a bit with this thin string. These arrows are not working, but string twist is working. With this ring, surprisingly good. Now we come closest to the Korean ring, which is supposed to be shot with a string twist. This is the classic from Vjal Archery, quite beefy, but feels very solid. This covers your whole thumb, so this ring is not too bad, at least for the comfort's sake. But let's see what the string twist will say. So you can line up nice in this groove. You can do your string twist, you can overdo the string twist with this ring. It's no problem, it feels good. So even when I overdo it, and the lip is long enough so you don't hit your thumb. Let's see, 40 pounds. Then you feel a little the pressure, so the plastic is a little bending. It is a feeling I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's there, deal with it. String twist works. Works really nice. So now we come to the hard leathering from India. He has this, I called it last video, hybrid, because there's a leather strap on the back instead of a really cut in groove. Yeah, wait, small one first. If you want to buy this ring, I'll leave always the contact details in the description of this video. Simply check it out. So this is nice to align, nice to hold, nice to string twist. So this ring overall, because I don't feel this ring. This is what I like on this ring. You don't feel that it's there. Nice. Nice. Oh, in the group. So this ring feels, for now, of the contact ones, the best. The contact ones, the groove ones. And we continue with the ring made in Malta, made by Danny, one of my instructors. This is olive wood, but you can have it in, I forgot now again, something else. Has a slightly groove in it. Oops, 25 first. Let's see how wood will perform. So, but you need to find this groove. It's a little thin. So that this ring needs a little practice, but once you get used to it, it does string twist quite well. It's not too big, not too small. Feels good. And a big one. Release comes a little harsher than with the leather ring. You hear that? It's okay with string twist, but overall the release sounds a little more harsh than with this one. Of the ones with the groove, I can say the winner is the ring from India. Next one, a bit out of competition, is the King Rui ring. We know this one has this massive spur on it, and the string should rest back there. I shouldn't. It's now a little loose again because my thumb lost a little on size. But this would be now something a bit set out of. And with this one, as with the spur ring, string twist doesn't make sense. Even if it works. It works surprisingly good. But this one is even not available anymore. This one is now a little dangly. Let's see how this one does here. Oh, hard release. No. Takes a bit. It's a massive ring. But the release of this ring is really nice, even if it sounds a little hard. But it's not made for string twist, so you don't want to shoot this one with a string twist. And we start directly with Alibo's shallow hook ring, which is quite massive, like the painless thumb ring. Shallow hook, so this is now a different kind of shooting. You need to find the groove in the back. And you need to press the ring, but I did the video last time. But then string twist, there's no problem, at least now with 25 pounds. You press it against it, You can rotate the string, you can twist the string, you rotate the wrist, twist the string, look at this. And the release, extreme crispy. So these rings have their purpose. I didn't shoot a group before like this, so now we see 40 pounds. Yeah, it feels a little insecure, so you really need to practice with this ring. But as I did once a video about the shallow hook thumb rings, it's like the glove from Kyoto. You rotate then a little in full draw, and the arrow simply snaps out of the lock without you realizing. Then it shoots, so to say, like Eugen Herrigill said in his book. Then at the moment, ding, the string comes off here, and then you release without doing the release, so to say. So it's not bad. Higher poundages for sure need a little practice. And let's continue with one of the most famous right now, the Chinese Ming or Gao Ying shallow hook thumb ring. And I wish I would have, this is one is from Custom Thumb Ring Archery. I wish I would have the Fu Hao. Same design, looks a bit different, looks very interesting, but unfortunately I don't have it. And I don't know why companies always develop something new and don't send me directly a sample. Joking. Of course I'm joking. So, shallow hook, Gao Yin. Let's see what this one says. String twist, no problem. I don't know if Gao Yin ever said that you should do string twist. I only know that Gao Ying said you should not do katra. So, but yeah, feel free. Nice group. So this one, really nice in 25 pounds. Let's see what it does in 40. Oh, it slipped. So you really need to practice this one a bit more until you even get a relaxed wrist again. But it works. So even as normal, but once you get the hang of it, these shallow hook rings have something. You should get one once you know a little what you're doing and you have a low draw weight bow and start practicing with these ones. So then we come to the minimalist shallow hook out of moose antler from Fletcher, my friend Fletcher. He built that for me. Doesn't look like a shallow hook, but it is. I showed you last time in the video. Let's see, I like this form factor. Let's see what it does. So you can line it up, you feel it easy. And string twist, no breeze. Tammy Fletcher. Nice one. So at least 25 pounds. Totally. Now you feel directly where the string has to be. You feel directly where the middle finger has to be. There's no long fiddling around. And once you do your release proper, which I didn't do now, no problem. 40 pounds with the Fletcher ring. Feels like of all of the shallow hook thumb rings that I have the most control. Really good. I wish I would have this Fu Hao ring now to compare. For this one I really feel this point on my middle finger, and the groove is quite deep back there, so you have a secure lock even with your shallow hook. And then string twist works just fine. Nope, stay too far back. Shallow hook, I think I give the point to this one. And of course, as mentioned, you don't want to shoot a Manchurian ring with a short draw weight bow, but I do it now because Manchurian ring, you know how to put it on. I did a video about that one, so let's see what it does. Of course, for this one you really feel it because it's massive here, massive. So I think control-wise this one is the best. And string twist is no problem, and I don't have to align there. It's quite interesting. Vjal Archery once made a half deep Manchurian ring, kind of, which was quite interesting because you could hook it behind like a normal thumb ring, and then it was the length of a normal thumb ring, so you didn't have to hook it like this. It was an interesting feature, but I don't know if they still build it. I have it somewhere, but it's not one of our main competitors right now. So let's see, longer draw with the Manchu ring and string twist. Works. Works. So works quite well, I have to say. But from the feeling of the shallow hook rings, they're all good, but I would give the point to Fletcher's ring. And my thumb feels good today. From the non-groove ones, first of all, you can shoot them all with string twist. Some which are a little beefier might take a little more. This one was for me the most uncomfortable because it's quite beefy and short. This one is a little longer and thin, so but it's a personal preference, and that's why for me, of the deep hook, no groove rings, the horn ring from Ibro runs the pace. From the contact ones, they're all good. Even this kind of Korean one is very nice to shoot. The wood one needs a little because the groove is very small. This one for sure, Vjal India's leather ring. And Vjal, when you listen, you need to get some other payments than Western Union. So just try to get PayPal or something, because people want to buy your ring, and with Western Union it's a pain on the other side. And from the shallow, so we don't count this one. And from the shallow hook rings, they all feel very good. They need a little practice, but then it's really cool. It's really, really cool. But for now, I would say that Tammy Moose Antler will win the Fletcher ring. And now we do a quick shootout. Deep hook, no groove, deep hook, groove, and a shallow hook. And I shoot now with each one arrow with a weak bow, with a strong bow, and I'll tell you what. Ibro's Vjal, this is minimalist. One arrow with this bow. You could almost go with shallow hook with this one, if he would make a small groove down there, but it's not. It's a deep hook, string twist, nice, 40 pounds, deep hook, string twist, nice. The leather ring from Vjal India. Now everything is Turkish. The bow is Turkish, the arrows and the ring. Deep hook, string twist, nice. Now it's only a little too big again, but he sent me 3 sizes, so let's see. And the shallow Tammy Fletcher. Hey. Tough choice. So all of them. So even if you have the deep hook from Alibo or the Gao Ying, and I guess the Fu Hao from Custom Thumb Ring does the same job. They're all good. You can shoot them all. Only the spur ring, as said, and this King Rui ring is out of control, out of measure, and the Manchu ring has its special purpose. These 3 are all very nice to shoot. Simply this one feels the best without groove. This one feels the most comfortable. And this one, once you practice a while, I guess you want to go for a ring like this. But as I said, you can get the Gao Ying or the shallow hook from Alibo, or you get one from Fletcher. I made a video about this ring. You can check the contact information. But overall, most versatile and easy to use, I guess, even for string twist, is the ring from Vjal India. So now you know, this is my completely own personal opinion and shooting experience with thumb rings, which I usually, as you know me, I'm not a thumb ring shooter, but with a few of these rings I could really get into it. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.